Hi children, this is your Suvarna teacher. Children, in this session we are going to learn about the solar system. The sun and the celestial bodies which revolves around it from the solar system. It consists of large number of bodies such as planets, comets, asteroids and meteors. The gravitational attraction between the sun and these objects keep them revolving around it. The earth revolves around the sun. It is a member of the solar system. It is a planet. There are 7 other planets that revolve around the sun. The 8 planets in their order of distance from the sun are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Let us learn about some members of the solar system. The sun. The sun is the nearest star to us. It is continuously emitting huge amounts of heat and light. The sun is the source of almost all the energy on the earth. The planets. The planets look like stars, but they do not have light of their own. They merely reflect the sunlight that falls on them. A planet has a definite path in which it revolves around the sun. This path is called an orbit. The time taken by the planet to complete one revolution is called its period of revolution. The period of revolution increases as the distance of the planet from the sun increases. Besides revolving around the sun, a planet also rotates on its own axis like a top. The time taken by the planet to complete one rotation is called its period of rotation. Some planets are known to have moons, that means satellites, revolving around them. Any celestial body revolving around another celestial body is called its satellites. The earth revolves around the sun. Does it make earth a satellite of the sun? The earth and other 7 celestial bodies can be said to be a satellite of the sun, though generally we call them as planets of the sun. We use the term satellite for the bodies revolving around the planets. Moon is a satellite of the earth. There are many man-made satellites revolving around the earth. They are called artificial satellites. Children, let me introduce the members of the solar system one by one. Solar system, the main person in the solar system is the sun. The sun is the nearest star to us. It is continuously emitting huge amounts of heat and light. The sun is the source of almost all energy on the earth. In fact, the sun is the main source of heat and light for all planets of our solar system. The planet which is nearer to the sun is Mercury. The planet Mercury is the nearest to the sun. It is the smallest planet of our solar system. Because Mercury is very close to the sun, it is very difficult to observe it, as most of the time it is hidden in the glare of the sun. So it is visible only at places where trees and buildings do not obstruct. And the next planet is Venus. Venus is Earth's nearest planetary neighbor. It is the brightest planet in the night sky. So, therefore, it is often called a morning or an evening star, although it is not a star. Venus has no satellites of its own. Next planet is our Earth. The Earth is the only planet in the solar system on which the life is known to exist. Some special environmental conditions are responsible for the existence and the continuation of the life on the Earth. This includes just right distance from the sun, and Earth is having only one satellite called Moon. Moon is the only satellite, and Moon revolves around the Earth. The next planet in the solar system is Mars. The first planet outside the orbit of the Earth is Mars. It appears slightly reddish, and therefore it is also called the red planet. Mars has 2 small natural satellites, and NASA, Mars Science Laboratory, landed Curiosity mission to observe whether the favorable conditions for life exist on Mars. There is a large gap between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. This gap is occupied by a large number of small objects that revolves around the Sun. These are called asteroids. Asteroids can only be seen through the large telescope. This is called asteroid belt. And the next planet is Jupiter is the largest planet of the solar system. It is so large that it is about 1300 Earths can be placed inside this giant planet. So it is rapidly rotates on its axis. Jupiter has a large number of satellites. It is also have faint rings around it. Appears quite bright in the sky. Next planet is Saturn. Beyond Jupiter is Saturn, which appears yellowish in color. What makes it unique in the solar system is that it has rings. These rings are not visible by our naked eye. You can observe with a small telescope. We can observe the rings. Next planet is Uranus. Like Venus, Uranus also rotates from east to west. The most remarkable features of Uranus is that it has highly tilted rotational axis. As a result, in its orbital motion, it appears to roll on its side. The last planet in the solar system is Neptune. Neptune is so far away from the Sun. The temperatures are very, very low. Neptune is a frozen gas giant. It appears blue in color. So children, all these are the solar system planets, right from the Mercury to the Neptune. All these planets revolves around the Sun in their own particular orbits from so many years. So as the distance increases from the Sun, the revolution time is also increases. So Sun and the 8 planets are called, and the asteroid belt is called the solar system. Children, this is the information about the planets of solar system. The first 4 planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars, are much nearer than Sun than the other 4 planets. They are called the inner planets. The inner planets have very few moons. The planets outside the orbit of Mars, namely Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune, are much farther away from the Sun than the inner planets. They have a ring system around them. The outer planets have a large number of moons. Children, observe this table. In this table, they gave the name of the planet, comparative diameter with the diameter of the Earth. That means how big when compared or how small when compared to the Earth. Distance from the Sun in crore kilometers and period of revolution and the number of satellites. And by observing this table, we came to know that Jupiter, which is having highest number of satellites, that is 71. Next comes to Saturn, it is having 62 moons. And as we go away from the Sun, the period of revolution is also increasing. So the period of revolution for Neptune is 165 years. That means Neptune takes 165 years to complete one revolution around the Sun. Children, do you know, till 25th August 2006, we used to say there are 9 planets in our solar system. The 9th planet at that time was Pluto. But in the 26th General Assembly of International Astronomical Union, it was decided that Pluto is no more a planet. The decision was taken since it was observed that Pluto does not follow the rule of clear the neighborhood. That means sometimes it is entering into the orbit of Neptune. That's why Pluto was removed from the solar system planet. Now we are having only 8 planets in our solar system. Thank you, children.